would anyone like to remind us where we left off the last game? I can have some notes somewhere.
We were hiding in a cave, having defeated the big giant. The party awoke in the shelter of the cold mountain cave, sharing a luminous mushroom breakfast and fiery dwarven spirits with the guides, Aldrin and is it Ovran? Talked to the mysterious sentinels, which we found in a clearing, all in different poses, one of which had been destroyed. We braved treacherous cliffside crossing, the party narrowly avoiding disaster through a combination of magic, ingenuity, and sheer grit. Reached the clearing, where five towering statues stood in a very solemn formation. One of them looked as though it had been recently destroyed. Lot confirmed the damage was fresh and likely the work of the foes that we were in pursuit of. Following clues from the ancient riddle, the party continued to a frozen river and vast icy lake, where our enemies, our charges, our quarry awaited. Across the ice stood these two figures, the Tabaxi, and a figure that looked not quite human, but more construct in essence, being of magic and design, or so we are led to believe. As the villains issued a final warning to get lost, the ice beneath the party cracked and groaned, and that's where we left off.
So you have finally found yourselves on this cold, frigid day, traveling down the mountain towards the place where the statues indicated and gestured for you to travel towards the frozen. You travel down the mountainside, down the rocks, the trees, and along the river until you got to the frozen lake. And then of you saw them, two figures stopping tracks as they spot you across the ice. The air here is very still. It's almost like time has slowed down slightly. Little flecks of snow drifting gently down seem to be drifting even slower before they find the ground beneath. Two figures stand, having just passed through some rocky outcrop coming out of the water. They're silhouetted against the white of the environment as they are standing there in their black cloaks, red accent running through them. Around you, you can hear the groan of the ice beneath your feet. Say that again, sorry? Okay. The taller of the two seems to be not quite human or humanoid fully. It seems like the elements of metal coming through, slight glimmer of green glinting out between the joins all along the areas of her body which are visible beneath the cloak. Burning in at the hood of the cloak, you see two green lights for eyes, and you don't see a face. What you do see is a replica of sorts. It's a porcelain mask seems to be placed across to mimic a living creature. To her side, you see the tabaxi, dark furred, tail flicking behind her, and a heavy bag up on her shoulder. The taller of the two, the construct, steps forward. And flatly says to you, their eyes glowing beneath his porcelain, "You're in the way." The backseat next to it, folding her arms. "Oh no, not you lot again. I knew I recognized that one." And she points at you lot. "Weren't you the ones clinging to our curtains in the tower? Thought you'd come back to your little village by now." Construct, turning slightly, voice calm, laced with disdain. "You're not important. And right now, you offer nothing other than a delay in our mission." The Tabaxi. "Seems strange to me that we'd run into you again, so far out in the middle of nowhere. Did you really try and track us? Oh, that's so dull of you. You have nothing better to do with your dreary little lives. Maybe run around chasing livestock or something that wretched creatures like yourselves would do." Construct turns. "I believe they have been sent after us by someone. Perhaps the elders of that isolated region of Greyhaven have rallied a defense against us finally." The backseat turns. "Oh, please, Shafe. You remember who they had champion them before? Hardly much to write home about. And since then, nothing. Not a word more from him. Unless... Oh, now, this would be delicious. Unless these little peasants are the latest marchings on Greyhaven's orders."
Can I jump in?
You can.
I'll say. Well, you can stop your speculating. We came of our own volition, because you and I are after the same thing, I believe.
The construct turns to you. "Seems they are aware of our endeavors to acquire the artifact." And the Tabaxi turns and just sighs, throwing her head back. "You really don't know how to keep things to yourself, do you?" And she turns to face you, all head lowered. "I must apologize. She's a construct. She lacks certain traits us living beings, kind of, us living being kinds have, such as discretion." The construct just turns their gaze one to the other of you. No expression discernible at all on his porcelain mask face. "Well, would it be that we're correct and you are indeed also trailing this artifact? Or at least merely trying to stop us from acquiring?"
Look, I've got my reasons for being here. You've got yours. I'm here to listen. If you want to talk.
The construct turns towards you. "We walk a path centuries in motion. A veil sealed long ago begins to fracture." And the Tabaxi turns and, that's enough, that's enough." Turns back towards you. "So, you want the artifact? Well, I'm afraid you're too late. we've already got it. And if you think you can take it, well then, by all means try. Waste our time. And we'll carve your names in the ice before we reorder this one. The construct turns, arms stretching out. Last chance. Step aside, or be reduced to a memory.
Look, we don't need to take the artifact. Perhaps we can share, you know? If we both have the same goal in mind, then how does it matter how we get there?
And what would you do with the artifact if you
That's
How
for me
much
to know.
have your elders of Greyhaven taught you?
You're assuming a lot there. Assuming I'm from Greyhaven.
You didn't deny it when we suggested it. Therefore, I'll go with that for now. We've seen what the heroes of Greyhaven are like. And, well, they don't measure up to much. And looking at you, she just gestures lazily with her hand. I can't imagine you'd offer much of a fight either.
I'll
Well,
look
enough of this.
to Romok real quick. I'll just whisper under my breath. Do you trust me?
I trust you, Locke, and if it's a fight they're after, I assure you, we can deliver.
As you're saying this, she has taken the bag from her bag. It's a very big sort of burlap sack. It's very large, almost the size of every time. It's in front of her. She opens it up and puts her hand in and takes it. As you're just standing there, she raises her hands up.
I'll slowly move
The
forward.
construct also raises hands up.
Wait! I've got something you might want. I'll take a few steps forward. And I'll pull out my little book. Did he react? Heard of him?
Which book, sorry?
My spell book.
Mhm.
Is there a visible reaction?
The Tabaxi looks at you, cocking her head slightly, looking a little bit confused by your approach. The construct, you see the head twitching left and right slightly. And they don't seem to respond to that.
Uncertain exactly what Locke is doing, I'll just slowly move into a kind of flanking position behind him.
As you're starting to move around, the Tabaxi just sort of rolls her head back slightly and then lets out a large sigh. So boring. Chafe, now. And they throw their hands down and there's a huge puff of smoke. And they disappear from sight. A huge cloud.
Batman characters.
Huge sort of billowing cloud fills this space here. Oh, sorry. and they've disappeared from sight. A moment or two later, is there anything you want to do while this happens?
Can I react like instantly?
You can, yeah.
Did you say it was a fog cloud or mist or something?
It's a cloud of dense, dark grey, blackish cloud that's just erupted at their feet as they threw what looked like these small purpley pellets at the ground.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do, and I'm gonna go invisible.
If you would all please roll initiative.
Okay. Do I get that off or not?
You will be able to go invisible, yes.
Oh, here come the copycats putting on the dexterity breakers now.
You told us to. No, like copycat bullshit. You literally told us to.
I mean, I literally told you. I think Hezekiah asked how to do it, and I said how to do it. Whether you wanted to do it.
I'm on your side. Yep. I started driving on the right side of the road. Suddenly, everyone's driving on the right side of the road. What's up with that?
I know. It does make life easier when doing the rolls. Well, I think I'm going last then.
Just
Not
check
our
and
best
see.
initiative.
Just check and see if I had any boost with my initiative roll. Or... Don't seem to have it.
Oh, you know your d20s came through to everyone.
Yeah, they always do. I've amended that since that.
Oh.
So, what is going to happen is this cloud is just disappears. The two figures are gone. That's what you think to start with. And then you realize that they are still. Sorry, one of them is still there. 1 second. Actually, no, I am completely wrong. You would not see. So immediately there is no sign of them, and then a figure appears. So it's a different figure to who you were just looking at. Let's see, hearing. On the rock to the left, see. Sorry, I just clicked to make him appear, and he just said a figure, small gnome. On another rock, you see another gnome, and next to them, another. And then just gliding through the pass where you'd previously seen the two figures, you see another. Right. As you see these figures appearing, as the smoke disappears, a moment of recollection. You can recall seeing these individuals before a while ago, back in Greyhaven. You were held prisoner in a basement, and these individuals to your rescue. You see before you Jorah Hotus and the remaining members of her team. They are standing there. The gnomes and the dwarfs, dwarf on the rocks are just standing on the rocks. Jorah Hotus seems to be almost gliding across the ice. He seems to be touching the ground. First off, where are we going?
Are any of the other people Shimomo and Ulysses Brand by chance?
You see, Jorah Hotus is this one here. This is the one who, the gnome who dropped down and took out the swordsman and the magic wielder who had taken you hostage, almost held you captive. When you did rescue Shimomo. The one on the rock, you only got a few of their names, if I remember correctly. I'll give you all of their names. Basically you recognize these are all individuals who helped put Shimomo into the cart to start to travel her back to Sarabataru. They all look familiar, although give me a perception check, everyone.
Uh, 19.
So everyone is doing amazing on this perception check. You can see you're really locked in on this moment, and although it may have taken you back seeing these figures here again, there's something off about them. And you remember back when you were traveling the mountain and you south Grey Watch Tower, found another member of Durham's team, although they were not quite right either. Do you remember how that individual was to you? Do you remember that when you found him?
Which one? Sorry.
You found a dwarf, an older dwarf.
Was this in the caves?
This was in the South
Right.
Grey Watch Tower.
Oh,
The dwarf Flick.
further back.
What? Didn't he
You
like
found
explode or something?
he was essentially a wooden puppet with the skin of Flick stretched over it.
Mm.
And as you look at these members in front of you, they all look off in that same way. They seem expressionless. They seem to be completely unfocused in their eyes. And they're just all looking at you. You watch as the The gnome here pulls a bow from its back, knocks some arrows, and starts to aim it up towards you. Jurahotus, floating towards you, pulls a sword from its sheath, heads further towards. The gnome here raises hands up in the air in your direction, as does this dwarf next to him. That is the end of their go. It is the other one's go. You hear a cackle of laughter somewhere, although you're not sure where exactly. And she says, you hear the voice of the tobacco once again saying, let the games begin. And with that, the puppets start to move. Jurahotus starts to rapidly move towards you. Gets to about here, sword drawn. In fact, it's going to go into a dash. No, it's not actually. We've got here. Going to take a shot directly at you lot.
Wait, I'm
Well-
invisible, no?
Oh, you're invisible. So sorry.
Oh,
think
he still
Romo.
won't shoot through me.
What does a 12 hit?
12 will miss.
Okay. And the two mages. This one here. Going to unleash a bolt of lightning in your direction, Romok.
Okay.
One sec. Oh, I've lost my stats. One sec. Sorry. Close down my page, whichever stuff. A second on this. I planned so much for this, and then I closed down the stuff on. All right. So it's unleashing a 6th level. Actually, I shouldn't say the level. It's a chain lightning spell. 150-foot range. Can you please make a Dex saving throw?
Okay.
I need to beat.
23.
That's definitely gonna do it. Okay. So you're going to take half as much damage.
Is this just at Romok, or is this at anyone in proximity? Because if anyone else is standing by me, you get a +3 on saves if you are within, I think, 10 feet of me.
So basically, with the bolt of lightning, it arcs towards the target of your choice. You can see within range. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets. Each of them must be within 30 of the first target. So this is try and hit 3 of you. So this is going to hit you first, Roma, and then it's going to jump to this dude's name again, Aldrin. Behind, it's going to hit Hezekiah and Jasper. So if you can all please make a dexterity save, please.
I'll use my reaction on Hezekiah's natural one with bountiful luck to let him reroll.
Hezekiah, yeah. Reroll. 1. So Jasper, if you can do yours as well, I'm going to roll for old matey boy here, Aldrich.
Mine should come through.
He failed on his, and everyone else looks like you all beat it. Okay. So you're going to take 20 points of lightning damage since you saved.
Is that's already halved? Is it?
That's the halved amount. Yeah, it was 40 points in total.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So was sorry, Woody, I just went to the toilet. Was I doing that dexterity save as well?
No, not you, not you.
Oh, okay, I just saw Jasper and Hezekiah doing it, and I thought, oh, I'm in the middle of both of them.
So, yeah, it was a chain lightning spell which went out and hit everyone there. And the dwarf next to him is also going to release his spell at the same time. And this one is going to be a two. Do essentially it's a guiding bolt directly at you, and he's going to fire that at Brother Keck. Brother Keck,
Yep.
guiding bolt aimed directly at you, and save this. Let's see, so 46.
What do you need,
You
sorry?
take 12 points.
12 points, okay.
12 points of damage. Of radiant damage. And as this bolt sort of slams into you, you feel like little areas of like your chest and under your arms suddenly start to glow.
Hmm. Right.
Look, it is your turn. What would you like?
Right. I'm just gonna invisibly kind of run. I don't slip and slide on the ice, do I?
You, at the moment, it's perfectly fine ice. There's no problem with that ice. You'll make it as if you're running normally. You're wearing your special ice shoes.
Okay, cool. I will go. I'll just use dash and I'll try and run around. I'm trying to get behind the rocks to try and see if I can see him.
Mhm.
I'll try and keep an eye out, see if I can see a flash of them as well as I'm going. But that'll be my go.
Okay. That's fine. Hezekiah, you're up. What would you like to do?
So we are on ice, and it seems to be more than thick enough to at least support our weights right now, right? It's not like we're hearing cracking, creaking, or anything when we step every time.
No, it's you are hearing like the crunch of ice under your feet. You hear the odd groan of ice as well. But it is holding your weight. Yeah, it's holding your weight.
Right.
But
But
yeah, you don't know
seems like-
how. You're not sure how thick it might be. I mean,
Right.
you could take a moment just to try and assess it if you want to.
Right. I would want to consider how fire or thunder might affect this ice if I could in any way.
Well, roll
Right.
a nature check because I mean you've also had that initial blast of lightning which has just shot through as well.
Right.
Looking around, you can feel the ice under your feet. It feels fairly sturdy, although when you put your foot down and the pressure starts to go on, you can hear that sort of little low crack and rumble. There's a slight shake under your feet. So you know it can't be that thick, but it's thick enough to take weight.
All right. If that is the
I mean,
case,
also I would say you can assess from where the chain lightning came in before. You can see there's a few cracks in the ice from where it struck Romov and arced through to the others, but it doesn't seem too bad.
right. Okay. Maybe it is time to bring out the biggest of the big guns. I cast Conjure Animals at 5th level. And this incredibly long and complicated spell, I choose a CR and the number of beasts, but you choose which of the beasts of that CR come into existence. So, because I upcast it, I get twice as many as the listed number here. So, I am aiming for 2 beasts of challenge rating 1, except it'd be 4 beasts, and some examples of a challenge rating 1 creature are brown bear, dire wolf, giant eagle, giant hyena, etc.
I don't mind you saying which one you would like to go for. So,
Oh,
what have we got? 1, 2.
This one doesn't have to be like climate specific, right? Like a bear is more likely to be, be in this kind of place than like a tiger, for example.
Mhm.
Um,
It doesn't matter. You can have whatever you want. Obviously, if you want to consider the terrain you're on, something heavy might not be a good idea.
right. One thing, I think I would like to go for a lion, 4 lions to be specific.
4 lions. Let me see.
And hold on, I wonder what the range is of where I can get them up. Doesn't seem to say. 60 feet. Okay, so within 60 feet of me is this. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, how high up is this rock that these 2 people are on?
So this rock with the 2 on it is probably about 10 foot up. The one over on the left here is 5 foot up, as is this sort of smaller one here.
Could I get
This
my
one
4
on the
lions?
far right. This one on the far right is about 15.
Could I get my 4 lions to pop up like this place, this place, this place, and this place? if you could see where the arrow is pointing.
I'll get that for you in a moment. I'm just trying to see if I can find anything we can throw in for a lion. um, that would do. That's pretty good. Right, where did you want them? Sorry. I tell you what, I'll make them all available for you, so you can control them, and then you can wherever you like. So there's the first one. There you go. Put them where you would like.
Sure. And do you want me to do a separate initiative roll for the lions?
They will go with you, so it keeps it nice and simple.
Okay. Great. All right. So let's do the 4 lions now. One nice thing about lions is they have the pack tactics. So I'm going to have 2 of these guys attack each one of these 2 people, and they'll have advantage because one of their allies is within 5 feet. So let's go for a bite from 4 lions.
Which one are you going for? Sorry.
The top center and top left are going for this one, and the other 2 are going for this one.
Okay.
And it's advantage, so I've got to roll like twice. I'm just rolling twice for each one. So that is top left lion going for the person top right of it.
Stats, please.
So that's a 20 for top center lion going for the guy on top of it. Now here's top right lion going for the guy at this level. And south line going for the guy to the east.
Only 2 of them. No, sorry, 3 of them are able to make that successful fight. So
Great.
the 16, the 20, and the 22. So
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, 3 out of 4, not bad. Yeah, it's a total damage
16 and
output
20
of...
are going for the one at the top, and the
Yeah, nice. 21 damage. Okay. Now that's my action, of course, and my pistol spell slot. I do want to move. Not totally sure which direction I want to move in. How about okay, let's reduce the chances of chain lightning happening again. So I'm just going to go 35 feet, 15, 25, 35, like that. And that's the end of my turn.
amazing. Jasper, you're up.
Okay then. Right. Da-da-da. I wonder if that could be a bit reckless.
What are you
Hearing
thinking?
the ice creak and groan, I want to cast Shatter in an area,
Okay.
specifically under the dull version of Jura.
Okay.
Aim of A, hitting Jura, doing some damage, but B, potentially breaking the ice under it and making it fall through.
Okay.
I was going to do it at 3rd level.
Okay, before you do that, can I get you just to do a perception check?
Yeah.
I'll give you this.
Not a good perception check. 6.
Okay, no, in that case, yeah, go right ahead with your attack.
That's always welcoming. So it's a con 16 save.
Uh, rolled a natural 1. There's a fail on that.
Not the best damage. 12 points.
You watch as your spell impacts Jura and the ice. There's a great rumbling creak and crack, and a deep crack indeed. The ice below her breaks and shatters, and small bits of little sort of iceberg are just ice are just sort of floating in the water now. But she was never walking on the ice. She was floating, so she doesn't fall. And yeah, that's perception check.
I'm in the back. I'm little. I can't see. I just sort of the person.
You see that as you cast this as well, sort of rolls and erupts. This area effect sort of 10 foot around, and as it does it, you hear this sort of crack and break and smack, reverberate around the lake, and it's almost like a little ripple spreads out. Area of little bit of snow is thrown up in the air from that one point. But yeah.
So essentially, that base there is broken now.
I'll put that on.
So that will be cracked ice and
I'll put an actual. Okay, Romok, you're up.
That complicates things for me somewhat, because I can't fight at range, and I have to get close. How? I don't know. Would Romok see how much of a cracked area is this?
It's all completely open to the water underneath.
Shite. Okay.
There are chunks of ice floating around it, but they're not. They don't look good because the shatter really did absolutely destroy the ice there. It's all really small ice, almost cubed ice there. That's what.
Yeah. Okay. I am. Really does. Right. Hold on. Just do. Who's this on top? The rock. Here.
That is one of the members of Jurahota's group. That one seems to be sporting a bow.
Okay, that's the archer. These two are the mages on the right.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that archer never fired. Oh well.
I thought he shot at Romok and missed.
Yeah.
At the start. At first.
Yeah, it pinged off the armor.
There we go. So what would you like to hear then, Romok?
Not fall through the ice would be a good start.
Yeah, that would really increase your fear of water.
Yeah, right. We are on a frozen lake at the moment. Right. Sorry, I'm just checking distances on stuff. Gonna reach. I will. Okay. Okay. So, seeing this shitty line of cracked ice, I'm gonna try and circumvent it, and I'm gonna try and aim for this guy on the rock here. And I will. God. They're kind of. Yeah, they're away. I am going to use my dash action to get about. I've got 30. I'm going to dash to about here.
Okay. Romok goes thundering across the ice in a mad dash straight towards this guy over here. He's about 5 foot up on the rock in front of you there. So it's not going to be too hard to get up. As you go running across, you can hear below you just the ice rumble.
Okay. I'll try and be as light-footed as possible with my hulking mass. And yeah, I think that's going to be. I'm just carrying Astrofall in 2 hands just as a charge, and I think that's going to be my turn.
Oh yeah, you have Astrofall. Right? As you go, because you're carrying this incredibly heavy sword, every one of the steps you take, you continue through, but everywhere you run, the ice breaks beneath you. So you came from where?
I was here, roughly around sort of those 4.
So where was it?
So
Sorry,
I was.
that is all broken ice there. Well,
Okay.
not fully broken, but it's all It's all cracked really badly. You can see like little bits of little pools of water starting to form where the cracks have gone down. The water just seeped. Yeah, the weight of that sword in your hand is definitely having an impact on this environment.
Okay.
Brother Keck.
Yeah. Obviously, seeing this nice little glow on my armor, I know exactly what's going to come next. But is there anything I could do? I think for now I will just move myself behind Aldrin. So I'm always need to check with this spiritual weapon. Is it an action to cast it the first time, or is it still a bonus action and you use it the first time?
Bonus action. Bonus to cast, and you get to attack on the same turn.
But then I can't use like a cantrip afterwards, or I can as my.
You
action.
can, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast a 4th level spiritual weapon next to the one in the ice.
Okay.
Let me say the word for you. Oh, let's roll damage. That's not what I meant to do.
What kind of weapon are you materializing?
It will take the shape of like a gnarled branch with a large rocky mallet on the end of it.
Okay.
Again, keeping to the earthen theme of it all. And yeah, it'll spawn next, probably about here. You can see that.
Where? Sorry, I didn't see where that went.
Just there next
Oh,
to the guy who's running across the water in the little pool.
So, mallet. Right.
Oh, I might have to turn this on.
Not let me. Where's that? It. What's it? Yeah, this is really weird. It's not letting me drop them on. This one?
Is it right there? That's showing, yeah.
Not quite what I wanted, but it's the only one that let me put in. Okay, right. I'll change this so you can use it. Okay. Yeah, place that wherever you want.
So it's going to be there. And it's a 19 to hit on him. And if it does, it's a 15 damage.
19 does hit. So this spiritual weapon materializes and just swings and slams into the side of the figure of Durahotus. You see little elements of her outfit just falling off, like the hatches, where it just gets completely jostled off, and her hair just spills free. And you can just see this sort of mane of whitey blonde hair just flowing across her face, but she's completely non-reactive.
Okay. And then for my action, I will cast Toll the Dead, which is a Wisdom save. And as they've taken HP, it'll be D12s if it does.
What's the details on Toll the Dead as well?
You want the details?
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, he did beat the DC on that. Half the damage.
Don't think it's half. It just takes it. It just that's it.
Well, yeah. It succeeded on its save.
Okay. And that's me.
Twin, you're up.
Okay. So the two on the left, what's around? Is that enemies or is that Hezekiah's?
All of these guys
Oh,
here.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a series of white lions that Hezekiah has summoned.
Ah, okay.
They are your allies. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to not risk breaking any of the ice, watching everyone move over it and it cracking. So I'm going to use my bow to attack this one here, the one on the far right on the bottom.
This one.
Yes, for some reason. Oh, because I was on. There we go.
that is a hit. Very nice. The arrow thuds in. As the arrow hits, you can see that there's just no reaction on this face as well. 23
Okay.
was hit as well. Yeah, another hit. Yeah, they're sort of jolted back from the impact. And it feels very unnatural the way they sort of moved after the impact as well. They sort of float backwards slightly, even though it looked like they were on the ground. You see that as they sort of roll backwards ever so slightly, their feet sort of gliding against the floor almost.
Okay. Um. Bonus action. No. Yeah, that'll be me.
Okay, Aldrin's turn. He, having been standing very close to Roma because he charged through breaking the ice, is going to just take a step back and he's going to hold his arm out to you, Keck, and say, "Careful, keep your eye on the ice." And he's going to make his way similar to you, Roma. Going to skirt around a little bit here. And he's also going to do a dash to move up closer. Here. Trying to avoid your footsteps as much as possible. And he seems to have gotten through without any issue. And as he comes beside you, "I'm with you. We got him." But that's all he can do. Now, be here. Right. And that's all she's got. There's a crack and a rumble. And all around you, the ice suddenly starts to and break. And you are left seeing large areas suddenly break open. Seems the effects of shatter and Romak running across the chain lightning earlier have had an effect on the ice. And all around you, the ice starts to break, fall apart in areas. There's a laugh from somewhere. You're not quite sure where. Well, this is more and more interesting. Let's see how you like playing with these. And there's a moment, and there's a clattering and a little clicking of sort of sounds like wood knocking together, and the puppets all start to move once again. The one nearest to you, Ramak, is going to aim a bow and arrow at you and release a shot. Does a 16 hit?
Does not hit.
It does not. Okay.
Does not.
The arrow released, and you just swing your sword, knocking it out the air as it's about to hit you. It just goes clattering, skittering up behind you.
I'm like Aragorn it out of the air.
Exactly. You just shatter it. The splints of it pepper the ice around you. The one here is going to actually no, it's going to be Jorah who's going to now. Jorah is going to glide over here towards you, Roma. And as she did, you watch as she pulls back the sword, just comes in swinging. You with this. Oh, terrible roll. That's only a 7 to hit.
Yeah, no.
So the first blow comes in and smash your, bring your blade up and just parry it to the side. As she does that, her other hand pulls a small blade from its side and flings it at you. Does a, oh my god, that's an 8 to hit. No. So
Can I say no?
as you block the first hit, your eye then suddenly catches the the moment of movement and the glint of light on the blade as she flings this small blade towards your stomach, and you quickly sidestep and parry the blade as well. The mages, they are surrounded at the moment by these lions. At this point, on those lions, there. At this point, the mages rise up into the air. They go 10 foot high, and then they go slight movement. And this one here, he's going to aim a spell in your direction.
Do the animals get attack of opportunity for that? The lions.
Yes, they would. So all 4 lions get a chance to have a swipe at them as they rise up into the air.
Yep. Now, I think
Also-
attack still
Sorry, go
apply in this scenario, right? Because it's an attack roll in an attack opportunity, right? So yes. Okay. So I will give you 8 lion bites.
Okay. Very nice.
What was that 8? 2, 3, 4.
Every single one. Yeah, every single one's a hit.
Oh, but remember, this is with advantage, so it's like 2 of them are just like 1 attack.
That's right. Yep, yep. And every single one of
Oh,
them is
wow.
a hit.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's 9. Then it's 15 plus 9, 24. Then another 9, that's 33. And then another 12, that's 45 total damage. I think the first 2 go to the guy on the left, and the last 2 go to the guy on the side.
So, yeah, okay. Adam is up.
So it's 24 on the first, on the guy on this one, and 21 on this one. Yeah.
You know what? As these figures start to rise up, the lions bite into them and just maul crap out of them. You watch as the bodies flail, arms loose and limp, until they're just pieces on the ground. They are out of the fight. The lions tear them asunder. At the same time that they rise up, so too does the archer. He moves up 10 foot in the air. Jurahotus also rises up 5 foot above Roman. And then hear a voice once again. It's such high hopes for those 2 as well. Oh well. Lock.
Even though I'm shit at hearing, can can I try and determine where it came from, or does it seem to come from everywhere?
You can make a perception check for hearing, so you have disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yeah. Oh well. That's good.
To you, it sounds like it's coming from everywhere. The sound really is bouncing from everything.
Yeah, fair enough. I will. With that, then I will try and keep moving round. To here, can I like dash and jump over?
Hmm?
I wanna.
Um, roll a dexterity save.
Ooh, okay.
Not save, so just roll dexterity. See how you do.
Athletics or no acrobatics? Sorry. Yeah, that is dex. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
sorry, you can do athletics if you like.
I got 12.
Okay. You see the gap ahead of you, the break in the ice, the loose ice, and you force yourself forward and you leap and you make it safely to the other side without any issue. A slight skid on the ice when you land. You can feel it all sort of moving beneath your feet. Roll a perception check.
Okay, I'll move a little bit more as well and perceive. Oh, not great.
Yeah, you. Is there anything else you were trying to do there?
Nope. I want to try and find that. Was I like the? I'll move a little bit more into the middle, just in case it shatters or breaks anymore. And that'll be my go. After the big boys.
Hey guys, so between us, does anybody have fairy fire prepared or see invisibility or that kind of thing?
Nope.
Yeah, sounds like if Jasper and I don't have fairy fire and Lachlan doesn't have see invisibility, I don't think we have any things of that type. Okay. Okay.
Nope.
In this case, let's see what lions can do. Oh, no, yes. Okay. Lions have the keen smell trait, so they have advantage on wisdom checks based on smell. So I would like to have one of the lions try to see if they can smell anything that's going on. In terms of where someone might be.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. They can definitely pick something up. They can smell something that was in this vicinity recently.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's say it was this kind of center lion that just did that. Now, the top right lion, let's have that guy kind of run over to the edge of the rock over here and try smelling a little bit more.
22. That one can sense, yes, there is a trail heading to the east.
Aha, east, you said. All right.
It's also picking up something to the west as well.
All right. Okay, this is interesting. Now, okay. So actually, one of the other things the lion has is the running leap. It can long jump 25 feet with a 10-foot running start, right? So let's have the south lion. Okay, so the lion's normal movement is 50 feet. So the south lion is going to move 5 feet and then use 10 feet of running jump to then go 25 feet, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just makes it onto the corner of this, right?
Okay.
All right, so that is a total of 40 feet used up. Okay, so it doesn't quite get up to this guy exactly, but that's 10. That is last 10 feet, and it will also try to smell a little bit more.
Okay. With that perception, yeah, that can also smell. Immediately, there is a smell right next to it, up in the air, 10 foot up. But there's also another smell further to the west.
Huh. Okay. The spell doesn't really clarify. It says that I can command lions to do things, but it doesn't say how smart or communicative the lions exactly are. Like, if it smells something above it, right? Will it do something that kind of looks obvious to either the other lions or to me as to, wow, there's something interesting about me?
I mean, it can let out a little roar and paw at the ground or something like that. But I mean, they're not going to. They're not talking to each other essentially. So.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, did you tell me to make an animal handling roll?
You don't need to.
Okay, sorry. I think I misheard you. Okay, there's one lion left. This one. Okay, some of the other. Okay, how about this? It'll just keep going east, right? It'll do the whole running jump thing. So that's 20 feet here. Then it's got the 25 feet of jump, which is up to here. Then 5 last feet of movement, and it too will do some smelling. Very productive turn for taking sniffs. Okay, it doesn't smell much.
This one smells a strong smell near it. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Even with a bad roll, it's gonna smell that.
All right. So the east and west lions definitely know that something is up, like literally up above them, or pretty close to them, and they're acting like it. So all the lions, I assume, know that, and I kind of infer that. Having inferred that, I am more afraid of falling into the ice right now. So what I will do, how high did you say the 2 eastern rocks are? Like one is 10 foot and the other is
10
how much?
and 15. Yeah, 10 and 15.
Okay. So my high jump is hold on a second, I have to look up how the jumping works. Like I'm not sure if I can even jump 10 foot up to that rock, or I mean, does it seem to have a surface I could like climb up if I manage to?
Oh yeah, it's
like if I
definitely
dash?
it's rough rock, so you definitely would be able to something
Okay.
there.
Okay, that was 20, so 25, 30, 35 feet. Now, if I dash at this point, do you want me to do some check to see if I can climb up this?
Yeah, it's icy, slippery, so you need a athletics check, or yeah, it would be athletics.
Yep. Right. Oh, not bad for -1.
You managed to scale it. Yeah, no problem.
So I'm up here.
Just a
I'll use
perfect roll.
my movement and action. I'm just going to use as a bonus action to healing word myself.
Okay. Go right ahead. Heal yourself. I assume that's the end of your go?
Yep.
Okay, Jasper, on to you.
Okay, so Jasper will be sort of slightly reeling about his slight lapse with the shatter. He's going to move a little bit up onto the ice, away from sort of the rut where Romok created the broken trail. He is going to cast We don't know the names of these people, do we?
You've heard one name. You heard the name.
What was the name you heard?
Shafe, when they were she was talking to the construct.
Shafe, wasn't it?
You don't know, even though it's on the screen, you don't know the name of the other one.
Shave.
Shafe.
Shafe. Okay. Right. I'm gonna try something. Get my I'm going to use my psychic lance, level 4. So I sort of put my hand to my head again, sort of thinking, and this weird sort of energy starts to form around me. And I sit there and I utter the name Shafe. Now, if he's within 120 foot of me, he takes the attack. If he's outside of the range, then it will dissipate, but at least I'll know if he's within range.
Now, is that affected if he's not in direct line of sight with you?
I just, as long as his name is, as long as I know his name, he will be there. I'll post it for you.
Yeah.
So
Creature you
I can
see
utter a
within
creature's
range.
name.
That's the first line. A creature you
No.
can see.
No, alternatively, you can utter a creature's
Huh?
name. If the name target is within range, it becomes a
Oh.
spell's target, even if you can't see it.
Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, so an intelligence saving throw. Okay.
DC 16.
Natural 20.
Joking. Still takes
No.
still takes half damage.
You're joking.
But
That's
I do know now that he is within range.
Yeah.
So half of 25 is 12 points damage. And I'll call out to the others.
Okay.
But they're still well within the area. We can still get them.
I just have to do another roll as well. Okay. That's fine. Right. So you release this and you sense that it did find its target, and you hear a kind of just a moment of pain just for a brief second, but you're not sure exactly where it came from. You've heard it.
Bear in mind, this lance isn't invisible. It's shimmering lance of power. It will have some sort of visible sign. Even if I can't see it, say for example, if it's out by Hezekiah or his lions, will they see where the lance moves to and impacts? Even if
No.
they're not visible to the eye.
No, didn't see it.
I think that is everything I can do for now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll pass it over to Romok.
Romok.
Okay. How high is Jorah floating at the moment?
5 foot over you.
About 5 foot. So I could
5
reach
foot
them
off
in
the
my
5 foot off the ground. Yeah, you can reach.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, my eyes were probably fixed on the archer here, but sensing, I want to get off the ice. No, okay. Sensing Jorah's kind of presence around me, I'll kind of turn on my heel, take Astrofall, and I will Reckless Great Weapon Master her. And I'll take a shot with Astrofall.
Go for it.
Oh, it's only 10 on the first hit.
Mm-hmm. That one. Is a.
That-
Oh, did you say a 10?
Yeah, I'm taking Great Weapon Master, so it's -5 to that roll.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay. I'll try with the second. Oh, Jesus.
Very dark.
Yeah, okay.
So you swing, and the figure of Jorah just sort of drifts to the side. You were watching his arms, although holding a weapon, and just sort of limp, just sort of flowing as the body sways in the air. Roll a
Okay.
perception
Yep.
check.
Perception.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you're right.
Oh, I'm reloading.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Was there anything else you want to do, movement or anything?
Yeah, I want to move. So kind of almost like the seagull trying to steal your fish and chips. Kind of knocking it away from over my shoulder. I am gonna try. I'm gonna try and make my way onto the cliff. I'm aware that may well provoke opportunity, but I wanted to get onto the rock and off the ice.
Okay. As you do, you break area of ice there as well. It's only 5 foot up. You don't really have to struggle too hard to get on there. Roll a dex. Athletics. Sorry.
Athletics. Roll 20. D&D
Yep.
Beyond hates me tonight.
No problem. You do manage to get up without any. But you do take an attack as you go. Does an 8 hit? No.
No, luckily.
Jordan is doing absolute bollocks. Okay. Brother Keck, we move to you.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna move Keck up 30 feet to. Where was that? Just there. To there. And then move the spiritual weapon up next to Jorah, that's 20 feet of movement. Spiritual weapon will attack. There's a 15 hit. 18 points of force damage.
The spiritual weapon collides into the body of Jorah, and you watch as it hits the arms, the head, the legs, all just sort of fall off and clatter to as the body broken tumbles to the ground.
Okay. He's running away from me, so I can't get any heals out. No, don't do that. 30 foot, so what is around me in terms of that? So, I can't really do much of my action, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use my divinity feature to check for undead within 60 feet. Eye of the Grave, so any undead that is not behind total cover and is not protected from divination magic.
Yep.
So yeah, again, just like put my hand into the ice and just the little shimmers if anything comes back.
You sense no undead.
Okay. That's pretty much me then.
Twin.
I'll probably go for same as last round. Is that an enemy? I don't know. Just gonna zoom in. Nope, that's not an enemy. That is. Probably go for this guy right in front. Maybe. That's the last one, isn't it? One on the rock by Mark. Let's
That is a miss, I'm afraid. And that was a hit. So the arrow thuds into this the figure of the archer. It almost sort of rolls backwards as the arrow slams into it before correcting itself. With a slight shudder and repositioning and a sort of clinking wooden noises.
that's me.
Aldrin is now going to skirt around that you have here. He's looking up at the figure there as well in the air, and he is going to throw a hand axe with a natural 20. You watch as he pulls the hand axe from his belt, spins it in his hand, and he looks across to you. Ramak goes, "Don't worry, lad, I got it." And he launches the axe, and it collides straight into the head of the archer. Takes. Takes 12 points there. You watch the axe sort of cleaves into the head and just embeds completely in it, almost cutting the head almost completely in half. As you've seen before, there's no reaction. Completely soulless eyes, just staring out still, as it goes to pull another arrow and knock it. He cocks his head to the side and goes, "Well, that's one. Let's go for another." And he, very nice again. He pulls another axe and he launches it, and finding its target once again, this one slams into the upper chest and sort of clavicle area of the figure in the sky, taking another 6 damage. We'll move over to Shay. She is going to do something. Oh. Okay. At this moment, Brother Keck, you feel a immense amount of pain all of a sudden as you look and you see does an 18 hit?
It does
Oh,
not.
plus. Sorry. Does 20 hit?
Meets it.
Okay, you feel a sharp pain as you look down and a thin green wing blade is protruding inside and out of the other side. And suddenly coming into view, materializing out of the air, you see Shafe standing next to you. You can see her arm opened up and sections of metal have pulled back. Her hand has completely gone, and in its place, a blade has formed and has gone in through your side and out of the other side. You take 11 points of piercing damage. He pulls the blade back, and you watch as her arm reconfigures itself and changes into a small axe. And she comes in and does another swiping attack against you. Does a that's terrible. It's only an 11 to hit.
Nope.
This time she brings it down and it collides into your shell, and it doesn't get any further in. Just does a light bit of damage to your shell without doing any damage to yourself. And you just see as you turn and look at her, she's towering over you. Look, she is taller than you, and you just see this porcelain white mask in front of you and these glowing green eyes.
Okay.
She just says, "You really should have let us go without fight. Too late now." You move towards the other one. You hear a voice once again. Wow. So much for my new additions. And I don't like you beastie. So, maybe time for a new dance. And you hear a clinking of wood sounds, and suddenly a series of figures appear. Suddenly, from behind this, a number of these small objects are thrown into the air, and as they come down, you watch as they sort of a small explosion, and you're left revealed with these grotesque-looking carved wooden statues that hover in the air. They jitter, the wood clicking.
Are
and
these like the little wooden statuettes in the magic tower with where we first met these guys?
as you are now close to one, Hezekiah, you look and you can see it's intricately carved, very detailed. It is beautiful in a way, as well as sort of elements of it which will look very atomically correct. They have these features carved into the face, look like a empty, staring out face, expressionless. These black. There's a small white triangle on their forehead, some sort of symbol, and they do remind you immensely of the statuette that you found in the tower. Absolutely, it's the same carving, the same stuff. But these ones are bigger, and you can see all of them are holding swords. They float in the air. And immediately they start to descend. So these two here, these two here and these two here are going to descend down on this lion, each sword raised up and pointing and spears down into the lion itself. Can the lions please, for these dudes? Does a 12
Yeah, that's
a 12
that's
hits.
what
Okay.
Yep.
Do a higher than that, and there's a natural one. So 3 of them are going to hit, and they are going to do.
The line has 26 total hit points.
Okay. So the first one is going to do 9 points of damage. The second one is going to do 5, and the last one is doing 10 points of damage. So 9, 5, and 10.
That's exactly is it
I think
24?
so,
Oh, no,
the
it's yeah.
Sorry, how much is the line left with?
26, so it still has 2 hit points left.
2 hit points left. Okay. So the fourth one tries to bring it down, but the lion managed to just sort of shrink out of the way enough. But unfortunately, 3 of those blades do sink into the flesh of the lion as these puppets surround it. And you hear a giggle. I must say, I didn't think I would have to use the swarm, but here we are. Maybe I'll even introduce you to the puppet as well. As this happens, this is going to move over here. There. These 2 are going to descend on you, Hezekiah. This one is going to go to the lion. This one on the line is going for a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Does hit, doesn't it? Yeah. And that 12 points of damage. Hezekiah, 2 blows against you. An 18 and an 8 to hit.
The 18 hits.
The 18 does hit. Okay, so you're going to take 12 points of sword target on your body. And the other one just managed to miss you. The other puppet just floating off in the other direction there. That's actually going to double move. Lock. You're up.
So I can only see one of these people's. What I'm gonna do is seeing Brother Keck in trouble. I'm going to kind of come over to the edge, and I'm going to scoop up a ball of water into my hand. I'm going to throw it almost like a Pokeball.
Yeah.
It's going to land next to, on the other side of Brother Keck. It's going to form into a shape, and I'm going to summon a little water elemental. I'll say, go.
Alas.
I choose you.
Your water element. Okay. Give you control on this.
Yeah, I'll just put it right behind. Then I will move back. And I'll try and still scan to see if I see the other one.
Now, when you cast that, does that break your invisibility?
Yes, it does.
So as you do that, suddenly, Locke, you reappear on the ice.
But I must save Brother Keck, so there you go. And then my elemental will use its multi-attack and slam twice. So I got to roll 2d20. So that's plus my.
That's a hit.
Sorry, I'm just working it out. So it's plus my attack modifier. Yeah, so that's an 18 and a 23, I think.
18 and 23 points of damage.
No, just to hit. Because I rolled them both together. It just added them in the thing. So it's a 10 plus 8, 18, and then 15 plus
18.
But the 23 does?
3 does.
Cool. And then it'll do this plus 4 as well, so that'll be 15. So I think it's yeah, it's bludgeoning damage. 15 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be its go.
Okay. What is going on over there? Hezekiah, you're up.
Aha. Right. Is there a storm in the sky by any chance?
There is not a storm. There is overcast clouds casting a little bit of snowfall. It's not heavy.
Okay. What I'm going to be doing is call lightning. This makes a storm cloud, which is 60-foot radius. A point I can see within range directly above me. I'm understanding this right. Okay, so the storm cloud is actually directly above me, but the lightning bolt that sends down hits within everything within 5 feet. Okay, it's my first time using this spell actually. Okay, so there's no existing storm, so that part doesn't come into effect. Basically, it takes control of an existing storm and does extra damage in that case. But actually, I'll get to that in a second, and let me get rid of this giant sphere. Without destroying the line first. I destroyed the line. Damn. Okay, never mind. That line's going to die very soon anyway, so let's just pretend that the line is still where I had it. That line is going to make an attack against this southeasternmost guy. So let's get height out. 19 to hit for 5 piercing.
19 does hit. Yeah.
Okay. Might as well do the lightning thing now. Okay, so how do I get rid of this? Go away. Okay, great. Okay, so the storm cloud is directly above me. It's 60 feet wide. Now, somewhere underneath that radius, I can call down my. Oh, God, make it longer. Right, so there's a cloud above us in that range. Now, I can choose one point, the bolt hits within 5 feet is where the damage happens. So the lightning bolt is going to go straight on my most wounded line in the east and get all 4 of those guys. Now, my line is 100% wounded. And those guys will all take. There's a dex saving throw, DC 16 dex saving throw, and they will take. Hold on, what's that lightning damage to? Oh, that's if there's extra damage. Okay, so 17 lightning damage if they fail, and 8 if they pass.
Okay, the first one succeeded. The second one. The second 2 failed. And yeah, only one of them succeeded. Everyone else failed.
Those who succeeded after getting zapped a little bit, and one of them after getting bitten a little bit, do they seem kind of beaten up or barely scratched?
How much damage is it? Sorry, 24.
Sorry, it's that extra 7 is only if there's a pre-existing storm. It's 17 if they fail and 8 if they pass.
Okay. So one of them. So
sorry.
they look. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're saying one of them looks kind of beaten up? Okay.
So 3 of them, the 3 of them that failed on that save, they look quite beaten up, but they're still standing. Well, they're floating. The other one is looking a lot better, but they're not reacting to it really. These are expressionless wooden puppets.
Right.
You can see that some of them look now charred, and small bits of wood have broken off a little bit.
Okay.
They're still there, and they're still red.
Okay. Now this northwest line is going to take its 10-foot run up to do its 25-foot leap. This is 25 feet. Man, the range on this map works perfectly for the lines. And it still has 5 feet left to get right over here. Now, I'm using like all of the lion's special abilities all at once right now. So that was its running leap. Now, it's got the pack tactics. Now, would you say that's a straight line, right? It was 45 feet in a straight line and then 5 feet kind of at a slight angle. Is that a straight line you would say for the pounce?
Yeah, I'll let you have that as a straight.
Okay, so the pounce thing is if it does move in that straight line like that, then hits with its claw attack, which has advantage, then the target has a DC 13 dex save or be knocked prone. So let's get that claw attack in there. And if it's knocked prone, okay, so 19 to hit for 6 slash.
Natural 1 on its save, so it's definitely going to be brought prone.
Okay, awesome. So it's knocked prone, and if it gets knocked prone, the lion can make 1 bite attack as a bonus action. So, amazing.
Right. Natural 20 on the side. Yeah.
God, I love lions.
What's the full damage?
All right, so that was that one line. Now, the one which was right beside it is going to do a regular bite attack with the pack tactics advantage. 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
Yep. All right, awesome. And it's still up, huh? Okay, so then this lion is going to come charging down here, it gets that bonus. So raw attack at advantage. For sure, the 22 hits for 9 slashing.
22 does.
And then it does that extra bite thing because it does knock it prone, or it's already prone, right? Yeah.
It's
Okay,
down,
so
yeah.
the bite. Hold on, okay, 17 to hit for 7 piercing.
Yes. And this lion tears the head off this puppet. That one is out of the game.
That was amazing. Okay, so that's my action. All the lions. I'm not going to move, and so that's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I guess I will shout out to these guys. Run to the lightning! I need help.
Yes.
Do you want me to get rid of that giant spear, by the way?
I will. Okay. Right, Jasper, it is your turn. However, before you go, seeing this attack going off and your lion's going crazy, you're going to hear a voice once again, the same voice of the taxi. Oh, you really are troublesome. Well, in that case, I feel I have no choice but to introduce you to our final friend. And with that, another item is thrown into the air, and it arcs through the air above you, Hezekiah, and there's a sudden little puff of smoke, and suddenly this 10-foot wide puppet appears in the air directly above you.
Big puppet.
This one looks like a large barrel-shaped puppet. It's carved in semblance of a hippo. Its mouth open, curled tongue in there, and its teeth bared. It's an angry-looking hippo, basically. It's carved, it's beautiful, and it's hanging in the air above you right now. So at the moment, this would be positioned here over your head, but I'm gonna just leave it there.
Right.
Jasper, it is your go.
Well, back out. I've seen a whole lot of dolls, but not a lot of you actually trying to take us down yourself. How very admirable of you. I want to turn and face Faith for a second. If I just double check something, so I've not done a lot of jumping mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
So jump is your strength score, not your modifier, isn't it? So you can move number of feet equal to.
That's the long jump, or are you trying to do a high jump?
Yes, yeah. So if I'm sort of like run and jump, basically, I want to
yeah.
try and get to. Shape. I've got 30 foot of movement in total, and to get to there, it's 25 foot. If I was to run and jump, so could I, with a strength score of 10, no modifier, that would allow me to do the sort of long jump to run, jump over, and get within range of him.
Yeah, as long as you have a 10.
Yeah, you would be able to.
Cool. So I've not done a lot of jumping before, and with Jasper being a bit smaller, I just wanted to double check.
There will be a dex, an athletics roll, to see how well you handle it. Because you are on ice, broken as well.
Sure, I can't do acrobatics.
You could do acrobatics.
Cool. I've got +6 to that, so.
Cue the
21.
natural.
There we go. Not an issue for you.
My God.
As you've shown in the past, you're quite nimble on your feet.
But glad of you to show yourself, Shiv. Now, how about you leave the turtle alone and you fight me instead? And I will use going for 2 rapier strikes. And on a hit, I want to use my defensive flourish.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Is a hit. Yes.
Okay, so it is 13 plus 6. So 19 damage.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And that gives me an extra 6 to my AC.
Okay.
Until next turn. And my second rapier strike is a dirty 20.
That.
Another hit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just checking. And 12 damage that time.
12. Okay. Right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that will be.
Oh,
That'll
actually,
be my
hang on.
turn.
As you go to hit, roll a DC 16 strength save, please. So as you bring in your second hit and it lands, Shafe turns her face facing you and brings up a hand, and the bottom of her hand you see this green glow, and there's a sudden burst of light and impulse. You feel yourself thrown backwards 15 foot. Find yourself skidding just back. And roll a d6 save, sorry, deck save as well. See if you land on your ass or you can land it on your. Yeah, you manage to land on your feet.
In the
Skidding.
end, I just sort of like, yeah, stand up, skidding backwards, off face, and then yeah.
And as she sends you flying away, she says, "Not just yet. Soon."
What's the matter? Afraid? I just afraid it was smart.
From up.
Is this archer still up?
He is.
Okay, in which case
He's
I'll
looking
reckless attack him.
worse for wear, but he's still up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll reckless attack him.
Okay.
I won't great weapon master this time. So it's
Go
just
for
me
it.
as rolled. So that's a 24 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for
That's
16 points of damage.
At 16 points. You shatter this one as you swing into the underside of him.
Ooh, it's looking like dicey land. I don't want to crack the ice. Bear with me just one sec. the weight of Romok on the ice is causing problems at the moment, really, isn't it? So I think I'm just going to take up position here. I can't, no, because I've attacked. I can't cast anything this turn, can I? Bonus. No, that'll be my turn. That's me done.
Okay. Other Keck.
Okay, how's Shafe looking after what Jasper kind of did? Is kind of not really showing up anything at the moment.
She's taken some damage, but she still looks confident on her feet.
Okay, so Ket kind of looking at Shaves going, my friends did also give you a chance to talk, and will reach out his hand and tap her on the chest, and will cast Bestow Curse. And I'm going to go for the curse, which I'll now push into the VTT. She's going to have the curse at the start of all of her turns. She has to do a wisdom save. If she fails, she ends her turn and wastes her action. And that will last for a minute. And she's got to do a wisdom save now to see if it takes effect or not. DC 16.
Okay. And that's a... rolled a 17 plus stuff, so yes. Succeeded.
Okay. In that case, let's bring over good old spiritual weapon and give her a whack.
With a success, it doesn't give anything, does it? Just so
Succeed on seeing if it will become cursed, so yeah. If she succeeds, it just fizzles out.
yeah, okay. Yeah, unfortunately not. There we are. Bring your spiritual weapon over. Yep.
Yeah, and he's going to give her a whack with... Where is it? There. Oh, don't think that's going to do much.
Fortunately not. The
Well,
spiritual weapon slamming down, and she puts her bladed hand up, just parrying it to the side. You'll have to try better than that.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like Ket give her a little tap on the shoulder and then... yeah, and a meaningful speech. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Twin, over to you then.
Okay, to be fair, I'm gonna go after the can't think of what it's called. This guy over here. Say that. This one.
Yep. It's floating in the air.
Okay.
It's about 15 foot up, and
Oh, he's floating.
He is.
Yeah, I'll still make my way over. So I'll zooming in. I'll get there, and then I'll try and shoot with my my arrows. And if he's 15 foot up in the air.
Shot. Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
crit! Nice.
So it's 11 points plus 7, isn't it? Your max is-
Yeah, 11 for max.
Yeah. The arrow thuds into its jaw and straight out the top of his head. You watch it sort of catapults it backwards slightly in the air before it corrects itself. Your next attack. That's a hit as well.
Oh, any max damage.
the arrow slams into the chest of the puppet. It's completely unfazed, although it's looking really damaged from those attacks. Its sword raised as it starts to travel down towards you. Anything else you were going to do at all?
Let's see if there's anything. Um, no, not right now. I'm going to leave my action surge.
Okay. So it's then Aldrin's turn in that case.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He can't quite get there. So he's going to do a dash. And he's going to try and shoulder barge into down. And as he runs, he looks back to you, Romok, and says, "Your turtle friend's in trouble. Come on." And he goes rushing. And as Shafe is there, facing off on you, Brother Keck, suddenly Aldrin comes slamming in and colliding with her. And let's see. Oh, really? He manages to knock her to the side. Move her out of your direct attack range. That's all he can do. Then we move over to Shafe. She is going to react suddenly as this dwarf comes barreling in. You watch as her hands shift out, and you watch as blades form on her arms, these two large sliding blades. She holds them up and pulls them both down in towards the dwarf's back. Both hitting. The first one does 15 points of damage. The second one does 40. Look in. Okay. But he's taking some deep wounds. He watches the arches his back, his head thrown back in pain as his blades pierce in through his lower in through his back. These sort of curved scythe type blades. They're also glowing green as all of her weaponry has been. So there is a moment now. You hear the voice once again, the Tabaxi. Your judgment time is here now. For too long during this encounter, you've been a thorn in my side. Enjoy your demise. Above your head, Hezekiah, you hear this sudden, all of these clasps along the side of this large barreling hippo suddenly burst open. The paneling on the sides of the hippo opening up, revealing the inside as it drops down, engulfing your body, and suddenly all of the clasps it closes back against you and the clasp reads faster. You are inside this barrel of a puppet.
So I'm inside a physical structure, but I'm not literally restrained, at least yet.
You're
Is
inside.
that right?
You can see light coming in through several holes within the barrel itself. You would be classed as restrained inside.
Uh-huh.
And above the barrel itself, suddenly there's this as all of these wooden poles shoot up into the air, and they spin in the air for a moment before suddenly locking in, pointing at the barrel itself.
Sorry, what is pointing at the barrel itself?
They're playing a
You
game
have
of
a
Puppet Pirate.
A series of wooden spears, essentially wooden poles, which have just shot up out of the barrel.
Yeah.
They're floating in the air, circling the barrel itself, and now aiming directly down towards the barrel. The rest of the puppets are then going to stop moving. So I'm going to have to put him here because he's on top. These two are going to come up here. They're going to go straight for this top line, and they're both going to do attacks. They are two attacks. A 20 to hit on the first one and a 5 on the second.
The 20 hits.
Okay, on the hits, it takes. It takes. Okay, it takes 9 points of slashing damage.
Mm. Right, and that's towards the topmost line, right?
Yes, this one right. These ones are all traveling down in this direction towards you, Twin. Actually, they're going to go into a dash, so this one is going to get right up on you. These three are going to go this way.
It was nice of them to go after my teammates after my teammates just left me here. It's me and the Lions against the world.
Leave you.
But this is the cliffhanger we're going to leave it on, guys.
No.
One question about the wooden barrel thing, then. What is the size of the holes in the barrel?
They are only a few inches across, really.
Mhm.
Turn into a mouse.
Or an insect.
Crawl out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can go like spider if I have to. I was wondering if snake could fit through a couple inches. It's a snake tiny beast, so I'm pretty sure a tiny beast could fit through a couple of inches.
They are definitely a couple inches across, so if you want to transform into something like that in the future, that is certainly an option for you. At the moment, you are currently restrained. You are within the belly of this barrel morph puppet, and the other puppets are now starting to move across the field towards your team. Yes, that is definitely where we're going to have to call it a night because it is too late to continue any further.
Good luck tomorrow morning, guys.
we'll catch up on this game and then whenever we're in next, maybe next week. See. But yeah, the fight continues into the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for playing tonight, and yeah.
Cool.
Thank you very much. Good.
Yeah, thank you, Woody.
That's been fun.
It's cool. We'll see what they do.
Great.
What round are we on at the moment? Like 4 or 5?
I've had 3. So,
That's on third round. Okay.
yeah, so we have the
So
4th coming
Just
up.
starting the 4th round.
I did conjure animals, then I just ran a bit, then I did the call lightning. So yeah, 3 rounds we've done.
Okay. All right, guys.
Cool. Good.
You again.